A covert narcissist is a kind of undercover narcissist. And that's why they can be very difficult to identify. They're harder to spot because they don't openly seek attention or approval the way overt narcissists do. Covert narcissists are also known as the vulnerable or closet narcissist. The covert narcissists, they appear introverted, vulnerable, or even self-effacing. Covert narcissists may be perceived as being nice, being sweet. They're characterized by being shy, introverted, sensitive. However, the covert narcissist is very manipulative, and they tend to use the passive-aggressive behavior to get what they want. How do you spot a covert narcissist? Number one, they're emotionally neglectful. They withhold attention and emotional support from those close to them, including their own partners, spouses, children, friends. This leaves the covert narcissist loved ones feeling unimportant, invisible, unworthy of love and attention. The other way of spotting a covert narcissist is that their efforts to get attention are more subtle. Unlike the other narcissists who are clearly arrogant, boastful, the covert narcissist will often try to talk about how disappointed, how lonely they feel because no one understands or appreciates them. All right? The vulnerable narcissist, the covert narcissist that is, may present themselves as selfless, big-hearted, and giving without any expectation of return. And yet, they'll be the first ones to complain if they believe their kindness is not reciprocated. In short, the covert narcissists, they give you with one hand and they make noise with the other hand, claiming that you're not giving back. So they are hypocrites in short. These people lack empathy just like other narcissists. So the other way of spotting a covert narcissist is the passive self-importance trait in them. They are more likely to seek reassurance from others than other kind of narcissists. The covert narcissists, they use softer tactics, such as they give backhanded compliments to others. They play down your achievements intentionally so that you give them reassurance and compliment. They talk down negatively about what they've succeeded in so that you can talk positively and assure them about their achievement. The other way of spotting a covert narcissist is that they are shy and they are withdrawn in nature. They may not be the life of the party, these covert narcissists, but they are good at making people feel comfortable. They are very charming, just like other narcissists, and they can be very persuasive. So these covert narcissists, they have a hard time being assertive or standing up for themselves. And this is because they don't want to risk losing what they have. Instead, they'll go along with what others want or what others need without much resistance. That is the covert narcissist. Again, they are very good at procrastination. They manipulate others in indirect ways. They might not show up for a meeting. They might not show up for that date that you have with them. They'll wait until the last minute to cancel a date or to return phone calls or to communicate back or they just show up late for any meeting, for any engagement that you have with them. Now, they do this to show the other person that they are not important. They do this to show you that they're more important than you. Now, the other way of spotting a covert narcissist is their inconsistency in public and private life. There are always two sides, two faces of a covert narcissist. Sometimes publicly they can appear very nice, very kind, very supportive, very sweet, very helpful, they might appear like peacemakers. They avoid confrontation publicly. And you might think that they are in control of the emotions, but that's a lie. These people in private, they are the opposite of that. They may be bullies, they are liars, They are anything else but not what they try to show to the public. Now, the other way of spotting a covert narcissist is that they're passive-aggressive. Covert narcissists are oftenly passive-aggressive. They use the passive-aggressive tactic because their sense of self is too fragile for direct confrontation. And this means that they may not openly express their hostility or negativity, but instead they do it indirectly. A covert narcissist may make sarcastic comments. They may withhold compliments. They may withhold support. They may spread rumors or gossip, In short, they may go on a narcissistic smear campaign against you, or deliberately sabotage others' efforts. They forget to pass on important details about events, or they may leave it until the last minute to share information that will not give you enough time to prepare. Now, while the covert narcissist's passive-aggressive behaviors may not be as immediately obvious as those of other types of narcissists, they are just harmful in the same way. They can damage relationships. So the other thing about the covert narcissists, they are thin-skinned. They are highly sensitive to criticism. Narcissists don't like to be criticized, because to the narcissist, they'll never take blame. They're never accountable. They'll never take responsibility. Nothing will ever be their fault, and they will never apologize. Covert narcissists, they have this emotional instability, and this makes them prone to depression and anxiety. You criticize the narcissist just a little, then they get wounded. They are deeply insecure people. They're extremely defensive. They're unable to take on board any kind of negative feedback. And that's why the narcissists are called thin-skinned people, because they're also highly sensitive to criticism. They have this fear within them, deep-seated fear of being exposed, being exposed for the true person they are, the fake person they are. They're afraid that to be exposed. Now, the narcissist, another way of spotting a covert narcissist is that they hold grudges. Covert narcissists are quick to hold a grudge once you wrong them, once you cross them, once you get into conflict with them, any misunderstanding with them, they hold grudges. They will try to even ruin your life if you've wronged them, to prove that they were right all along. Now, then covert narcissists will also give with a goal. They want to be seen as givers. They may volunteer their time to help others. They may give gifts with the intention of making the other person feel good. But there's always something hidden behind their giving. They don't just give for free. When they give you something, they expect something big in return, something even much better in return. When a covert narcissist acts as a volunteer, when they volunteer their time to do something, to help someone, a friend for instance, they expect that friend to be available to them when they need help. They may also give gifts with the intention of making the other person feel indebted to them. So when a narcissist gives you, don't celebrate. They want something back. They expect it back in a bigger way. The other way of identifying, spotting a covert narcissist is that they are self-serving. They have this self-serving empathy. They can pretend to be empath. They can purposefully show empathy to you to get something from you. They may behave and act as a kind person. They may comfort you when you are upset, when you are down, but they expect to receive something else in return. The other way of spotting a covert narcissist is that they are envious and they are jealous people. They feel envious of others who have things that they feel they are entitled to themselves. The covert narcissist may not express their envy, but they may show bitterness or resentment towards others. They believe that other people envy them because of the belief that they are special. The vulnerable narcissist will not take kindly when someone else is praised, when someone else gets the attention that the narcissist, that covert narcissist, believes they deserve that praise or attention. So if they realize that the attention is on someone else, the focus is on someone else, they will try to one-up you. They'll try to one-up that person. They might even criticize them. They might dismiss them, devalue them. They will check out on the conversations. They might change the subjects. So the covert narcissists are experts at hiding their envy. They might not express it, but they feel envious of others many times. Because they think and feel that they're not good enough. They think that others are better than them in some way. They will try to downplay their feelings of envy, but deep down, They are jealous when they see someone else succeed. They pretend they're not jealous, but they are. They're very envious people, and they believe everybody else is envious of them. The covert narcissist is obsessed with their image, just like the other narcissists. They want to be associated with the successful people, with people who will reflect well on them. They're also uniquely miserable. That's another way of spotting a covert narcissist. They play this victim, and they have this victim mentality. How do you manage someone who is a narcissist? How do you manage a narcissist? How do you manage a relationship with a narcissist? We all know that it's not easy, but there are some strategies that can work, like setting clear boundaries, having a strong support system made up of people you can trust. All this can work. First of all, we know that a narcissist, or people who exhibit narcissistic characteristics include traits such as they have this inflated sense of self-importance. They have this constant need for praise and admiration. Narcissists have a sense of entitlement. They take advantage of others. They use others. They misuse others. They exploit people without shame or guilt. Narcissists don't care about other people's needs. They don't recognize other people's needs. They only care about their needs. They're selfish, self-centered people. Narcissists are bullies. They bully others. They demean others. They monopolize conversations or meetings. It's all about them. Now, how do you deal with people with narcissistic tendencies? First of all, don't confront a narcissist about their behavior. Most likely it will not work. They will make sure they have the upper hand. We know narcissists are very resistant to change. So don't try to fix a narcissist. So focus on your own behavior. Focus on your own well-being. That is the best revenge. Focus on success. Choose happiness. So set boundaries. Build stronger support system made up of friends, family, professionals to help you navigate the ups and downs of a relationship with a narcissist. Now, to manage a relationship with a narcissist, first thing first, educate yourself about narcissists, about narcissism, and about narcissistic personality disorder. We know knowledge is power, and information is power. So get this knowledge. Watch a lot of YouTube videos on narcissism. Read a lot of articles about narcissists. Buy books on narcissists, on narcissistic relationships, narcissism, narcissists, and empower yourself. We know that narcissists are charming and likable. So you might be tempted to overlook their harmful behaviors. So get to know the signs of a narcissist so that you can be able to spot a narcissist. You can be able to recognize them. You can be able to understand the narcissist's strengths and weaknesses so that you can deal with the challenges that might arise in that relationship that you have with a narcissist. So maybe knowing about the narcissist can make you accept them for who they are. And it can make you set more realistic expectations about that relationship that you have with the narcissist. So read a lot of books about narcissists, all right? It may help you learn the best ways of communicating with your loved one who is a narcissist. The other thing that you can do to maintain a relationship with a narcissist is to build your self-esteem. When you build a healthy self-esteem, it makes it easier to manage or to cope up with a narcissist in that relationship of yours. So try to have positive self-talk. Practice self-care. Get a healthy support system. All these it can help you to develop resilience. It can strengthen your self-esteem. So when you have higher self-esteem, it can make it easier for you to set clear boundaries. So be assertive. It can help you to advocate for yourself. And all this will help you to maintain a relationship with a narcissist. The other thing to do to maintain a relationship with a narcissist is to speak up for yourself. So sometimes walking away or ignoring something is the best thing to do. But it also depends on the relationship. So if this narcissist is your boss, is your father, mother, your spouse, then you might need to change strategies. If you think that your boundaries have been crossed when communicating with a narcissist, don't react. Don't be annoyed. What you do, just speak in a calm, gentle manner. You can tell them how their words, how their behaviors has affected you, your life. So, to maintain a relationship with a narcissist, set clear boundaries. When with a narcissist, they'll cross your boundaries. You can't change a narcissist, but you can set boundaries about their behaviors that you find unacceptable to you. Communicate those behaviors clearly to them. Enforce those boundaries. Don't make idle threats or ultimatums. For you to be taken seriously, make sure you follow through your threats. The other thing to do to maintain a relationship with a narcissist is to practice skills that can help you to be calm. Try deep breathing, try meditation, yoga. This might make it easier to remain calm. Don't overreact when interacting with a narcissist. So, be clear on your intentions. Practice what you plan to say. Then, the other thing is to get a support system. So if you can't avoid the narcissist, try to build a healthy relationship and support network of people. Spend too much time with this support system if possible, because spending too much time in a relationship with a narcissist or in a dysfunctional relationship can leave you emotionally drained. So try to rekindle old friendships. Try to also to nurture new ones. Get together with family more oftenly. If your social circle is smaller than you'd prefer, then try taking a class, to maybe study a new course, to do a new hobby. Be active in your community. Be a volunteer in local, community activities. Try to do things that will make you meet more people that you might feel comfortable with. So in a healthy relationship, you both listen to each other. You understand each other. You acknowledge each other's mistakes. You take responsibility for them. So insist on immediate action, not promises, when dealing with a narcissist. So what is narcissistic personality disorder? First of all, people who suffer this narcissistic personality disorder, they have an exaggerated sense of their importance. They desire external praise and attention. They want validation, acknowledgement, all the time. But we know that therapy can help them manage their symptoms. So the big question is, what is narcissistic personality disorder? It is a personality disorder in which people have an inflated opinion of themselves. It is whereby people have this intense need for the admiration and attention of others. They desire external praise and attention. They may be happy and they may be disappointed when they don't receive the praise, the attention, the special favors the acknowledgement, the recognition that they believe they deserve. People may see this narcissist as proud, arrogant, snobbish, conceited, and you may not particularly enjoy being around a narcissist. So narcissists cause problems at work, school, relationships, everywhere. So the traits of narcissistic personality disorder is described as arrogant, self-centered, demanding. So a narcissist is known to be arrogant, to be self-centered, to be demanding. These are people who have highest self-esteem, and they appear to have high self-esteem, and they believe that they are special or superior to others. But these are people who also need excessive praise, attention, admiration, acknowledgement, validation. And when you criticize them, they react poorly to that perceived criticism. These are people, the narcissists exaggerate. They tend to exaggerate their talents, their accomplishments, and they downplay the accomplishments and the talents of others. So narcissists are usually preoccupied with power, success, and beauty. They often engage in impulsive behaviors such as gambling or certain sexual behaviors, excessive watch of porn, and so on. So, symptoms of a narcissist. Narcissistic personality disorder usually appears in early adulthood. Now, people with this disorder, they might not recognize that they have a problem, because to the narcissist they believe they are perfect, and them acknowledging they have a problem, it goes against their self-image. So the narcissists, they are pretentious, they're boastful, they cause others to avoid them. Their relationships are unfulfilling. They are unhappy, they are angry, they are confused when things don't go their way. They have issues at work, school, relationship, finances. They have issues with alcohol and drugs. So what causes this narcissistic personality disorder? What are the risk factors? Now, I've read a lot of books, articles, I've watched a lot of videos about the causes of narcissistic personality disorder, but one thing that stands out is that NPD, narcissistic personality disorder, the causes are not very well understood. But genetics are thought to be at least partly the cause. They are responsible for many cases of narcissistic personality disorder. And environmental factors also contribute to this narcissistic personality disorder, which may include childhood abuse or neglect, excessive parental pampering, unrealistic expectations from parents. Now, according to the doctors and mental health professionals, they love using the Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Mental Disorders, the 5th edition, that is DSM-5, which is published by the American Psychiatric Association to diagnose mental health conditions such as narcissistic personality disorder. So the Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Mental Disorders, the 5th edition, text revision, that is tier diagnostic criteria for NPD, include several traits, and one, it's about having an inflated sense of self-importance and entitlement, needing constant admiration and praise, expecting special treatment due to perceived superiority, exaggerating achievements and talents, reacting negatively to criticism, being preoccupied with fantasies about power, success, and beauty, taking advantage of others, having an inability or unwillingness to recognize the needs and feelings of other people, behaving in an arrogant manner. Now, how do you treat NPD, narcissistic personality disorder? How do you treat it? So treatment for this narcissistic personality disorder primarily consists of talk therapy, which is also called psychotherapy. So talk therapy can help you learn how to relate better to others so that your relationships can become more enjoyable, intimate, and rewarding. So developing positive interactions with other people can greatly improve various areas of your life. So talk therapy can show you how to improve collaboration with your coworkers and peers. It can help you to maintain personal relationships. It can help you to recognize your strengths and potential so that you can tolerate criticism or failures. It can help you to understand and manage your feelings. It can help you to cope with any self-esteem issues. It can help you to set realistic goals for yourself. So, now, if you've learned something in this video, please say it in the comment section below so far. But one thing I'll tell you is this. If you suspect you may be in a relationship with someone who has narcissistic personality disorder, you can maintain healthy boundaries by being cognizant of patterns of gaslighting and other forms of abuse. You can maintain healthy boundaries by vocalizing your boundaries and expectations, by maintaining your self-care, by not engaging in emotional warfare with the narcissist or their tendency to put others down while putting themselves on a pedestal. You can maintain healthy boundaries with the narcissist by reaching out to other people you trust and get informed on how to identify abusive tendencies and treatment. Now, if you want to handle a narcissist, feel free to praise them when they do something right or well. You can convey empathy when appropriate and acknowledge when they are disappointed. Feel free to point out to the person when they are acting rude or in a bad way. Be prepared for arguments based on your calling them out. So if the person with narcissism doesn't realize that their behaviors are causing problems, they'll be less motivated to seek help. Now, the thing is this: if someone has narcissistic personality disorder and they don't see that being a problem, or if they decide they're not going to seek therapy or they're not going to change their behavior, then calling them out on their behavior may cause them to self-regulate in your presence, knowing that you won't tolerate their behavior. So the narcissist will punish you as a way of controlling you, as a way of manipulating you, as a way of trying to maintain control and manipulation. So in this video, we're going to look at the most common techniques and tactics that narcissists use to punish you. The narcissist observes their prey, their victim. They do research on them so that they can punish them using the best technique, using the technique that they believe is most effective. The narcissist wants to control you and manipulate you. So one thing they will do is to use flying monkeys. They recruit others to do their dirty work for them. So these others are called flying monkeys. They want to be at the center of attention. They want to feel superior to others. So they get flying monkeys to do the dirty work for them. Now, when you talk about flying monkeys, they can be anybody. It can be their friend, their co-worker, their neighbor, even a stranger. Anybody in the narcissist's life can be a flying monkey. So sometimes the flying monkeys, they don't know what role they're playing in the narcissist's life. So the narcissist will use the flying monkeys to spread, to gossip about you, to give out negative information about you. And this negative information, most of the time, it is the narcissist who has provided them with. So the narcissist will try to have as many flying monkeys as possible, many people, to spread the negative information about you as possible. Because the more people spread that negative information, the more likely that information will be believed. In short, the narcissist punishes you using the smear campaign. They paint a negative image, a negative picture of how you have problems, you're the problem, and how they're the good person, the innocent victim, and you're the bad one. So if the narcissist realizes or feels that they are losing control of you, then they will need assistance to get you under their control again. They will want to do everything to make sure they're in control. So they will easily resort to smear campaign. So it hurts when people are talking negatively, spreading rumors, negative rumors about you. And when you listen to that, they are lies that originated from the narcissist. So the more the smear campaigns keep progressing, then you realize that people turn against you. So the narcissist is punishing you to make sure you don't have boundaries that you've set for them. So the smear campaign that narcissists use to punish you is very public, and it involves many people. So now the narcissist can decide to punish you using the silent treatment. So they do this, they punish you the silent treatment to make you submit to their demands and to take responsibility for the action that they are unable or incapable of taking responsibility for. The narcissist will go silent on you. They'll cut all communication with you. So that way you'll be frustrated. You'll feel painful because you cannot be heard. They will treat you on that silent treatment just to have the control that they need. It can take months, years, or even decades. So they do this to punish you, to avoid taking responsibility for their own behavior. So once the narcissist realizes that you will not hold them accountable or responsible for their behavior, then they will end the silent treatment and they will talk to you. So the rage, narcissistic rage, is also used by the narcissist to punish you. They make sure that they're not to be blamed by someone, but someone else will be blamed. They'll be angry. They'll show rage when they don't want to be responsible, or when they feel targeted, or when they are at risk of narcissistic injury, when they feel some shame. So when they are angry, they will be very loud and they'll be brutal with their words. So the narcissist's main aim is to push you away so that they cannot address the issue at hand, that probably they are the problem. So the narcissist punishes you using their techniques, various tactics and techniques, to have control over you or over a situation that they think they're losing control.